Hi guys, this year many companies are starting their Black Friday early, November 17th, which is today, so I got up super early myself to look for the best deals. I do love a good deal, and I will list all of the links down below. You don't even have to watch my pretty face if you don't want. You can just look at the links, and of course those are affiliate links because I am not a fool. And before I get into the cameras and lenses, I'll tell you other accessories. You know, if you want headphones, if you want computers, like a laptop for editing your great photos and videos, Best Buy has a lot of their stuff on sale, so I will link to Best Buy as well. You can get a MacBook. I have a MacBook Pro M2. That one's on sale too, so you can check that out. But let's talk about the camera stuff, shall we? Now, the ZV-E10, I have to mention him first because Little Dougie drove a lot of this channel's success, this very successful channel. And the ZV-E10, I've never seen it on sale before, but it's $100 off. It's less than $600 now for that fantastic little camera. He is right over there as my second angle, but I don't have him on today. He's taking a break. ZV-E10 is less than $600, and you can get the kit lens, and then it's $100 more. The FX30, now I've told you about this sale before, but that is still $200 off, so less than $1,600 for my favorite overall video camera to use. I love the FX30. I have him over there. I call him Felix. The A6400, some of the other APS-C cameras, the older ones, are on sale. The A6400 is down to $748, and the A6600 is on sale as well. Now, in terms of full frame, there's a couple of decent deals for Sony here as well. The A7R5 is actually $500 off. A7R5, $500 off. So that link is below, and the A7 IV is $200 off. So the A7 IV has been $200 off before, but it's always nice to get that. Now, the A7 III, this is the lowest price I've ever seen for the A7 III. It's $1,500. That makes it even cheaper than the A7C, which is also on sale, but that's on sale, the A7C, for $1,600. The A7 III is on for $1,500. So especially if you want to get into pro photography, you got those two card slots. A7 III, absolutely fantastic. You want to get started with full frame video, the A7C is a great way to go. Sony also have their 1-inch sensors on sale. The ZV-1F, which I think is an underrated camera. I bought it personally, and I really like it. It is $398. So for those of you who don't know why someone will buy a ZV-1F, because you can get a Sony camera with some good video quality for $398, and I bought mine for more than that. So $398. The ZV-1 and the ZV-1 II are also $100 off. So the ZV-1 is now $648. The ZV-1 II is $798. So if you were looking at those little point and shoot, the 1-inch sensors, then they are on sale right now. But if you're not in the Sony system, there is also good news. We have the Canon R8. That is now only $1,300, so you get a full frame camera with a lot of the R6 II capabilities for $1,300. That is great. Now, the R6 II itself is also on sale, $200 off for $2,300. The Canon R5, $500 off the Canon R5, so that's a pretty good deal. Canon R5C, also $500 off. The Canon R7 is $100 off, and the Canon R10. The R7 and the R10 are APS-C cameras. They are $100 off. Now, the Panasonic, as usual, have put on some pretty good deals, but the Panasonic S5 II is $1,700. One of the best cameras on the market, certainly the best value, I think, on the market overall. If you're just looking at the camera body itself, the S5 II is $1,700. The S5 IIX is now under $2,000. The S5 IIX, which I bought for way more than this, is under $2,000. It's $1,934 right now. And if you don't mind manually focusing, the S5 II is $1,534. So that's a really good camera to get for $1,534 as long as you don't mind the old manual focus. Now, Nikon is not going to be left out of this party. The Nikon Z7 II, that high resolution camera, that is $700 off right now. So if you were eyeing that, now is the time to pounce. The Z6 II is also $400 off. It is only $1,596 right now. These are some good deals on full frame cameras, I tell you what. And this is not a full frame camera, but the Fuji XS10 is $100 off, and the Fuji XH2S is $200 off. And so that is it for the cameras that I found so far. I will continue to list them below in the description as more deals pop up. And before I talk about the lenses, a couple of things that I should say is some other companies, their whole website are having really good deals. Ulanzi, you know I love their quick release tripods. I have them everywhere. That's holding up the camera right now. It's one of these, actually. This one here is the F38 quick release video tripod. This one you can get when you have the discounts put in. It's $171. That is bananas cheap for this tripod. That is a really strong recommendation for me. And then this one here, the F38, which is the best travel tripod I have ever used. And this thing is steeply discounted as well, as is the brand new Video Go, the one that's like this one, but a little sturdier and has tools in the handle. So, and that whole quick release system, because the entire site is on sale, that F38 quick release system, go there, stock up on that. Another company that's put their entire site on sale is Small Rig. I will leave links to the Small Rig company. So if you're looking for cages or accessories, then or other tripods like the Freeblaze or this one over here, the AD01, that you need a more heavy duty tripod, then definitely go check out the Small Rig. Now let's talk about the lenses. You can get some good deals on Canon, Nikon, and Panasonic lenses. The Panasonic 24 I saw was on sale. That is a really great lens, but I am more well-versed in the Sony system, so I will talk more about the Sony lenses. I will list the lenses for the other companies in the description as I go through them. But right now, let's talk about the APS-C line. I know a lot of my viewers watch this for APS-C stuff. So the Sigma Trio, they are on sale. The 16, the 30, and the 56. The 16 is $368. The 30 is $289. And the Sigma 56 is 17% off at $399. So less than $400 for that fantastic portrait lens. So the Sigma 16 you would use for a shot like this, and the Sigma 30 is more for like street photography or having the camera back about 10 feet away from you if you're going to do video, and the 56 is like a head and shoulders portrait type shot. And Sony has done the thing that they often do on sale days. They take their Sony 11, 15, and 10 to 20 and put those on sale. So the 15 and the 10 to 20, they are $100 off, and the Sony 11 is $50 off. So that is, you know, that's the best sale that you're going to get on those lenses as far as I can see. They do it every now and again, but they have done it now. The Sigma 18 to 50, if you're looking for a nice zoom lens, you can also do some macro photography with the Sigma 18 to 50. I did a glowing review of that lens, and that is now $60 off. It's $489, so less than $500 for that Sigma 18 to 50. If you want even more versatility, more reach with some stabilization, you have the Tamron 17 to 70 is $100 off. So $699 for the Tamron 17 to 70. You can just put that on your camera, and if you have an APS-C camera, and you don't have to ever take it off, it can cover you for pretty much anything. And two of the best APS-C lenses I have ever used are also on sale: the Viltrox 13mm f1.4 and the Viltrox 75mm f1.2. That f1.2 75, that just blew my mind. So it's nice to get a few bucks off one of those lenses, because those are absolutely great lenses. Now let's move on to full frame lenses. Sony has put a lot of their lenses about $100 off. A lot of the GMs, like what you're looking at right now, the 24mm 1.4, that is $100 off. The 200 to 600 Super Telephoto, that is $100 off. The 20mm, which I use a ton, is less than $800 now for $100 off, $798. Both the 35s, the GM and the regular 1.8, are both on sale. They're $100 off. That 35 is probably the best value in the whole Sony lineup. The 1.8, it's just such a great lens at such a great price. But speaking of value, the 50mm 1.8 from Sony is now less than $200. You get yourself a nifty 50, so you don't have to spend $1 million to get a low aperture, nice little lens. It is not optically perfect, but it is still a great lens, and it's less than $200 for a full frame lens. And then of course you have the fancy 50 1.2, which is $100 off as well. Sony also has the 16 to 35 f4, that power zoom that a lot of people like. That is a really nice lens, especially for landscape photography. 16 to 35 f4 is on sale. Now if we go over to Tamron, they have the 28 to 75, $100 off for $799. So that is a great lens. That is version 2, and that is a really high quality lens for $799. Sigma has a similar lens, the 28 to 70, and that is down to $719. That is really a great lens for that price. You can't go wrong with either of those two lenses. And Tamron, they have that interesting 35 to 150, which has been reviewed extremely well. That it goes from f2 to f2.8, and you get quite a big focal range right there. That one is also on sale. You'll want to check that out. So I will have those lenses and even more in the description if you want to check them out. And of course, we have to talk about a couple other things. You need SD cards. So Sony have their Tough line on sale. So they have the V90 are 10% off. So I'm going to pick up some of those V90 cards. Now, while I don't recommend using the SanDisk cards, I like the Sony Tough cards because I have destroyed a couple of cards recently and one of them broke one of my cameras. So I am always recommending the V90 for your regular heavy use cards. But I do buy the SanDisk cards as backups. I often don't even open them. I just have them in my camera bag in case something goes wrong or in emergency, because they are so cheap. It's like 10 or 20 bucks right now for some of the SanDisk cards. So I always have those as backups. Now, in terms of gimbals, Zhiyun has pretty much everything on sale. My favorite overall compact gimbal is the Crane M3S, but my overall favorite gimbal that can hold, you know, pretty much what I am looking for with all of my cameras and lenses is the Weebill 3S. This thing is just, it's built like a tank. It's the best value, I think, overall in gimbals. And yeah, so if you're looking for a more heavy-duty gimbal, get the Weebill 3S, the Crane M3S for your more compact setups. And if you have a really tiny setup, like a point and shoot or maybe a ZVE10 with the 11mm, then the Crane M2S, that little tiny gimbal, is also on sale, which I also own and love very much. A lot of the lavalier mics are on sale right now. Two of my favorites, DJI and Hollyland, are both price reduced. The Hollyland, it comes with the lavalier mics included with it, and I think that one is $269, down to $269 for the entire kit with the lavalier microphones, and I always want the lavalier microphones, so that's usually an extra cost for me, so that's great, $269. You don't need the lavalier microphones. DJI has it on for $249. So the DJI kit without lavs is $249. That's the lowest price I have seen for that. But if that's too much for you, the Ulanzi, which I have actually reviewed quite recently, and it holds up, in my opinion, pretty well to the DJI. This is $99 plus, I think, a 15% off coupon. And then if you go to Ulanzi's website, I think you can get an even better deal on that. So this thing is basically free. Now, if there are any other deals that pop up, I will post them in my community posts. So stay tuned for that. And I have to go edit this now. Thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.